Hello students, it is Mr. Weaver. I hope you're having a great day. Whenever you are watching this screencast, the point of it is to explain to you how to do the final draft of the persuasive letter. That would be the number 2 persuasive letter final draft. Right now it's in draft mode, that's why it's not very dark, but it will be dark for you at some point. And so the point of this screencast, how do you actually write this final draft? Well, in order to write a final draft, you probably want to look at your pre-writing. So if you go back to your pre-writing that you did, you'll have your topic, your position, your pros and cons. None of this up here is actually going to be in the paper itself in this form. This was just kind of getting you thinking. Right here, your attention getter, that's probably how you're going to start your paper. If you have background information, all of that, your claim, that is what the topic is and what your position is on the issue. I talked about that in a previous screencast. So all of that goes right here in the introduction as your attention getter, background, and claim, right? Now, I want to linger here for a moment. Up here where it says 123 Far Hills Avenue, this is where you're going to put your address. In a business letter, which is what this is, you would put your address up here in the upper right hand corner. I know it sounds weird, but you probably haven't learned business letter technique. So you're going to have whatever your address is, Oakwood, Ohio 45419. If you live in 09, put 09. You're going to write the date that you're sending it. So this is due on the 6th of March, so you would write, the 6th of May. So you'd write May 6th, 2020. Then you're going to decide who are you sending this to. Okay, now remember, you don't have to send it. This, if you were going to send it. So if it's Mr. Badenhop, here is the correct thing. You just put that in there. If it's Dr. Ramey, use this one and erase the other, and then you're done with that part. That's easy. Then you're going to write either Dear Mr. Badenhop or Dear Dr. Ramey, and make sure you have a colon after it. This is not a personal letter. It is a business letter format, so you have to have a colon. And then you start your body of your letter, and you'll notice that it's indented. So every paragraph should be indented. So the intro paragraph, again, we got it from this part right here. Then we have reason 1, reason 2. Guess what we have right here? Reason 1, reason 2. Now, what about this part down here where it says the emotional appeal, emotional appeal? In other words, as you are writing your first reason, you probably want to use some emotional appeal to Dr. Ramey or Mr. Badenhop's emotions, and maybe use an example where they would feel a degree of compassion or a degree of anger or something to motivate them to get onto your side. So that's what you would do. So you're going to kind of combine all of this into one paragraph and all of this. Feel free to make it into more than just 2 paragraphs for your reasoning. Let's say you have this reason and it's very involved and you're going to give a little story background or something. You can do that. It doesn't have to just be 1 paragraph. This is just a template to help you write the letter. Then your counter argument and rebuttal. So you're going to admit that there is another side to it and even maybe give some of that argument and then say, but here's why my side is better. That's your rebuttal. Finally, your conclusion. If you go back to the pre-writing, you have this area for your conclusion down here, so you would pretty much copy and paste that unless it needs some work. Make sure that everything's in complete sentences, and make sure it's something you would actually send to a principal or superintendent. This needs to be good quality. This needs to be good usage, good punctuation, capitalization. This is not just a stream of consciousness writing without any punctuation. Okay? I expect you to do that well, and you'll see that in the rubric that I have for you. Finally, yours truly or sincerely. I don't really care what your closing is as long as it's appropriate. You're going to put in a different font your name here, and then under it you would write it in this traditional font. This is supposedly your signature right here. Folks, I'm not going to take off points if you don't do this perfectly. It's okay. That's not the point. The point is that you are writing a good letter. Speaking of the rubric, I want to show you that in the final draft, there's a rubric right here. You can click on it and look at the various parts of the criteria for your rubric, but I already showed those to you last week in a screencast. I just put them in the actual rubric here. So you feel free to look at that rubric from a previous week. I think it was in this screencast right here, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, you can look at the rubric. If you have any questions, please email me. And again, this is just a screencast showing you how to write this persuasive letter, how to put it onto this document that you will have turning into me by March 6th. Have a wonderful day.